And we are very proud to have one of the most important figures in basketball in the United States, Jerry Colangelo, a proud Big Ten graduate, played at Illinois, and of course also a member of the Basketball Hall of Fame, the former owner of the Phoenix Suns. Jerry, first of all, very kind of you to join us. Take us back to your days playing for Harry Combs in Champaign. What's your best memory of being a Big Ten player?
First of all, it was a thrill. It was an honor. Big Ten was basketball back in that day, in my opinion, and television was just starting to show a few games, and I was glued to the TV set and looked forward to someday playing in the old Chicago Stadium, and that happened in my Illinois days. So that was fun, going there and playing Notre Dame every year. But my highlights were probably playing against California in the LA Classic, the first one in the brand new sports arena. That tells you how old I am. And Jerry West played in that tournament with West Virginia. Darrell Imhoff was with California, coached by Pete Newell. And that was my sophomore year. But the big thing was Jimmy's old school, Ohio State. I had to play against Havlicek and Lucas and Knoll and Roberts and Siegfried, and Bobby Knight didn't play very much. Whatever he says, he didn't play. And the reason he became a defensive coach is that he couldn't score offensively, so that became his thing. And we're good friends, so I could talk about him that way. But playing against that team was an amazing thing for 3 years, because that was a great team.
How about this? One of my 12 former bosses right here in the NBA, but playing in the Big Ten and then watching the conference grow, the network.
Yeah.
And you've been around so much, the amateur side, the pro side. What's the next evolution that you see coming along, not only in Big Ten basketball, but in basketball in general?
Well, first of all, the game is a game that it's the best game ever, in my opinion. You know, it's a game of fluidity. It's a game of great athletes. And I think the game itself has gotten to a point where you can't tweak it much more in terms of the game itself. The rules as they exist, I think, need to be addressed. I think they do need to quicken up the game. You don't need a 30-second shot clock. It should even be less than that, in my opinion. The distance for the three-point line. You need to let the guys play a little bit more. Scores need to go up. Shooting needs to go up, because it's the entertainment business. I mean, it truly is. And so I'd like to see that happen in college basketball.
Jerry, you've given so much to the game, but as someone that loves the game, as we all do, talk about your thought process when you took over USA Basketball. How much of it was what you thought you could bring from a basketball expertise, and how much of it was just a sense of pride, given where USA Basketball on the international scene had kind of regressed?
Well, first thing was we needed a cultural change, because at that moment in time, players weren't that interested in representing their country. It was an afterthought. You had to pull them across the line, and I thought we had lost respect for the world basketball community, and they didn't respect us at all. So, in trying to change the culture, we put together a good group of coaches, led by Coach K and so forth, and we changed the culture. It got to a point where guys wanted to play, and today it's loaded. The pipeline is full. All the junior teams are defending gold medalists in the world. They all want to play. And so it's an exciting time for USA Basketball. And now we're focusing on youth development, trying to raise the bar with the young kids, not the senior teams, but with the young kids. And it's all about putting a ball in their hands and having them get good instruction, not a lot of the guys they run into in the summers.
You hired a great coach to lead USA Basketball,
Yes.
as you said, Mike Krzyzewski. In your mind, what makes a successful coach? What do you look for? Because obviously in your position with the Suns, you had to make decisions on coaches. How do you find the guy who's going to be successful?
You know, some of the stuff is pretty standard. You would expect them to be organized. You expect everyone to be hard workers. But I'll tell you what I think. I think those who are relational, those who can speak to players, those who can earn the trust, and then it works both ways, that's the difference. So communication, is probably as important as anything else. It's not so much X's and O's. You put guys in the right path, you encourage them, you let them go. You know, they're like racehorses to some degree, and give them a chance to show what they could do.
The chairman of USA Basketball, Jerry Colangelo, Illinois grad and former All-Big Ten player for the Illini. Jerry, thanks for spending a few minutes with us.